Experience tranquility.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Tranquility feature match. It's a Harmony tier match between Flashbacks and Fighting Potatoes. Now, these two teams they're a little iffy right now. They're not amazing and not doing absolute worst, but these teams could definitely do better. I'm Light Rose, and with me tonight is my co-caster, Val Nello. Say hello, Val.
Hello. Been a long time, guys. How's everybody doing? Doing great. Hope you're doing well with this quarantine, and hope we can bring you a fantastic match to help put your mind off of ease on everything.
Yeah, that's what we're really here for. We're here to take everybody's mind off of it. And obviously this match tonight is going to be a great one. These two teams both have something to prove, and I want to get started off with some analysis. Interestingly, Flashbacks, they got someone returning, and that's Wolven, fresh off the suspension, the stage 1 suspension. They're actually not here right now. But it's a little bit of a talking point, maybe for the future, if not for this match. Can you give us a little info on that?
Yeah, so Wolven, Mr. Quick Play himself, the Reaper one trick, but loves himself some Tracer as well. Definitely a very, very dominant potential, but also very, very much the feed potential. So he was very much a feast or famine type of player. He can pop off, get you a 6K, turn the map around for you, or he can cost you a map. More often, he does do the former than the latter. He does pop off, I would say, more than feeds, but it is a possibility with him. We've got to accept that.
I mean, usually you keep the team, you keep them if they do better, obviously. Then you're not going to stay on the team. But I think this is a little, it's a little old versus new. You got the there's the, what's it, Men in Black between Will Smith and the other guy. I feel bad for myself because I should know this. K, yeah, the actor who does that.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones, old busted, new hotness, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, but I'm very excited. Hopefully, we're getting some lobby stuff out, and we're figuring it all out. We're trying some new stuff with the Twitch team, So it's all just stay with us. Don't go anywhere, even if things go a little bit haywire. So
yeah, should be a good match. Like you said, we've got the old guys with the taters, been here since season 1. Long standing. You have Flashbacks, who have had more roster swaps than anybody in Harmony tier, and I think the second most in the entire community so far this season. Outside of, I think Eclipse is the only team that has more, because I think they've dropped the roster twice now.
Well, I mean, if it ends up working out, then you can't really blame them. I mean, sometimes that's just the way that teams go, and hopefully Flashbacks does end up working out for them. But I'm very interested to see, we've Beastman, we've usually seen a support. Last, I believe it was a season 2, which we know when I played, Beastman was there. Season 3, I think. I don't know. Time, you lose track of time in these quarantine, especially when you're a trank.
Yeah, he has been on tank for a while though. He's been at least while he's been on Flashbacks, he's been a tank the time. Capable of getting huge shatters. Getting ready to watch him. As it looks, he might come out on the Orisa here. As you guys may know, Echo got released today, but both these teams have said no.
I'm sad. I'm so sad.
When you've only got 4 hours to work with her, you probably don't want her in the game. But we are going to see, at least on one side here, we are going to see a pharmacy coming out. So
yeah, I'm so excited for this. We are going to see Nova on that Pharah. That Pharah is going to be so helpful when you don't really have a exact counter. All we've got is the Death Knot on that Hanzo. And really, they're just trying to take out that Pharah in the sky. They're just such a big deal. And already, Nova is able to take out Death Knot and you've really got nothing else to come back from. One of your main DPS is gone, and cleanup is just going to come through here, especially with such large damage in the sky.
Yeah, you got large damage on the sky. You got Khan poking out on the Hanzo there. Just so much poke damage coming through on this comp, coming from so many different angles. You got Pharah in the sky. You got Hanzo coming off of a flank. You've got Pharah and Sigma, from behind the double shields that you can't get through. I mean, it's gonna be tough going. And once Pharah gets on point here, it is very, very tough to break because she can poke you out before you even get through the chokes.
But it seems that Race FPV is going to be bringing out that Ashe. With the absence of that McCree Widowmaker, it's really your only option.
Oh, he's setting up for the barrage here.
Oh, this is going to be gross. It seems really the only option they have is that Immortal on the Sigma, but Nova is just stalking their prey, and here it goes. We're going to get 1, 2, 3.
4.
That's something right there, and as the rest comes out, it's just going to be an absolute clean sweep.
That was phenomenal positioning by Nova there. You can't look through the roof, so they don't know it's there. They don't have X-ray vision. They don't have a Widow to pop infrasights. The closest they would have had was a Hanzo arrow, but you're not gonna Sonic arrow the ceiling. So that was just, that was great to see.
There's so much damage being brought in. You get that ult so fast. And it seems right now that Flashbacks are so in control, and as Race goes down, so does that counter, and it looks like it's just absolutely crushing the Fighting Potatoes right now.
Nova is just absolutely cracked on this fair. Gets the 2 opening picks. The rest of the team says, okay, time to press W. And just, his positioning is fantastic too. He's being able to avoid a lot of line of sights until he chooses to engage.
Yeah, there's literally almost no time left. They're gonna have to resort to that wrecking ball, and once again, Nova takes that opening pick. Yeah, and as really it's desperation time just to even touch the point. It seems that this round is gonna go in the way of Flashbacks.
Just a dominant performance by Nova in the sky there with his partner Cersei. Gotta give some love to the Mercy, keeping him alive, giving him that damage boost. He's not doing it alone up there. We're not trying to say that he's a one-man army, but he is definitely, Nova is definitely, shouldering the load of his burden.
Probably aren't going to see a Pharah, though. This
Probably not.
We're going this point is definitely more closed in.
But I hope if anybody's watching the Owl lately, we might see some Torben here. Hopefully, I always love seeing my Swedish daddy.
Oh, of course. When Torb is meta, man.
Looks like we're going to see some more double shield from both sides. Both sides running a Hanzo, but we're going to have some differing on the second DPS. We're going to have a Mei versus the Ashe here. So very, very interesting.
Yeah, that Mei
obviously Ashe gives you some poke, but
devastating.
Mei gives you control. So we're going to see how this works out.
It seems that both teams are really going to go for that left side. Solitary Bird going to get extremely low, but it's going to be able to stay alive. And right now, Fighting Potatoes just really want to go forward, but Flashbacks backing up a little bit. Neither team have taken the point, but it's just about who's going to get the opening pick here. And as the point opens up, nobody is on it yet, though.
Yeah, you can't really take the point right now. You don't want to because you're just going to get poked during your rotation. And as I say, that Khan gets dead.
Yeah, and that just is going to allow the Flashbacks to take the point. And it seems that Fighting Potatoes are just going to have to back up, having that one person down. Even though they have the Mercy, they're not going to be able to get that res off. And they're struggling to find their footing at all during this map.
Yeah, the poke from Flashbacks here is just way too strong. We saw it from Nova in the first match. We're seeing it from Khan here. They're just laying into him. And there's just not enough on the side of the Fighting Potatoes right now.
Sneaky Kitten, though, does have that amplification matrix, yet to use it. It's one of those ultimates that you really want to use as soon as you get it. It's just so potent, and it seems though that Sneaky Kitten and the core are both going to pop their ultimates, and right now they're searching to find one, and there it is. Race does find Cersei, but is immediately traded to Sneaky.
Wow, that was well done. And well done by Khan, actually. As soon as that window came out, he shot his dragon through, and a double pull!
That is going to immediately shut the fight down. That's both your tanks gone.
The fight's over.
Once you thought that was your fight, and such a great hold.
Such a great play by Beastman. As soon as they got that opening pick, they pressed W. They went past the shields. Beastman was able to hit him with the halt, got him into the pit, and the fight was just over at that point. You have to leave.
Just look at the ultimate charge
It's
for
huge. Everybody
flashbacks.
but Khan. And an early bongo here. They want to poke him out fast.
Yeah,
And a rock on a death knot.
right there is just 2 down immediately. And as time goes off, Core is going to be able to get a res off, so it's going to make it a 5v6. But they're really just trying to get whatever they can. And as time goes off, and a great shot by Khan's onto Race. And once again, that's your DPS gone. And it seems though that time is just slowly winding down, and the ultimates are just stacking up for flashbacks. It's getting incredibly hard for them to take this if you're fighting potatoes.
And a big shout out to DNA, actually. He's doing a good job. Whenever a halt comes through, he's getting that Sigma shield up so that whoever gets halted isn't getting picked off. Oh, and a big blizzard here.
Yeah, the Blizzard combined with the Transcendence from Jonathan is just going to make it so that the Fighting Potatoes have absolutely zero chance of coming back at all. And they're really, barring an absolute miracle here, are not even going to take a single percentage in this match.
Wow, that is domination right there. 100-0, both maps. That's making a statement. Flashbacks here really trying to secure their spot in the playoffs. They won their first map, or the first match of the new Pool B. If they win here tonight, they're going to secure their playoff spot, and Nova helping them do that here. Look at this massive, just massive barrage.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, the only counter to that was Immortal, and Immortal was playing so far up that it could do absolutely nothing against Novasfera, and Novasfera was a big reason why they
just
won
a
that.
fantastic job of getting the barrage onto the Baptiste as well before the Immortality could even come out. You know, that's knowing your win conditions there. You know, Nova knew that, okay, the only counter they have, they don't have an Honor to put me to sleep. They're gonna have Immortality to this. He gets the Baptiste, you know, first or second kill on that whole thing, and then just mows down the rest of the team. An absolutely great performance by both the DPS on these maps. And like I said, kudos to Cersei for keeping Nova alive, and a big shout out to Jonathan as well, doing his best. Like you mentioned, they had that Transcendence and the Blizzard on the at the end of the point there at the end, and just roll through the taters.
Yeah, they had the ability of just keeping their ults up, and that just really made it so that they could just all put them all at once, and really and Fighting Potatoes could do absolutely nothing about it.
Yeah. We are going to move on to our second map here. It looks like we're going to have Anubis, and we are going to have some substitutions on the side of the Fighting Potatoes. Shepfik and Euphoria come in for Sneaky Kitten and Solitary Bird. So some interesting swaps here. No swaps for the Flashbacks there. They're just going to keep rolling this 6-man that they have.
I mean, I don't think there's any reason to swap
If
off.
it ain't broke.
You had such a dominant performance that, like you mentioned before, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But
Yeah.
it'll be very interesting to see if Temple of Anubis will work more in the favor of Taters, or Flashbacks are going to keep running that Pharah, which was so dominant.
I mean, it's her home map, so you've got to run her, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you read the comic, which I completely understand if you didn't, it takes place right in Temple of Anubis.
I miss the comics, man.
Yeah, they're busy making Overwatch 2. They're not gonna actually do things lore. What is that? I don't.
Yeah, they're busy working on push mode.
Oh yeah, push mode in the great old
Toronto
country of Canada.
Hey man, at least we're getting a new map. We're getting a new map with it, so I'm excited for push mode. But yeah, Flashbacks here can, if they win this map, go up 2-0, set a very dominant tone before halftime. If it goes like anything like map 1, but we've seen in playing matches, teams dominate King of the Hill, they dominate the control map, and then they get 3-0'd in the rest of the maps. So, you know, doesn't always mean much winning that first set on control.
I mentioned Canada. I can't say anything bad about Canada because we have so many Canadians in Trank. I mean,
I've been there one time. I've actually been to Toronto. It was.
I'll say the one thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on stream, so I probably shouldn't. But they have wheat.
Get the dump button ready.
That's all I'm gonna say on that.
All right, so 5 seconds here. We are about to start the map, or we're about to see opening compositions at least, and it looks like on the side of Taters here on defense, we are race. Yes, we are going to see the Torb.
Oh, that's so good.
I know Khan loves this pick, so hopefully he stays on it. And right now he's out of the spawn room, so we might be seeing a Junkrat v Torb here.
Interesting though, Junkrat is somewhat of a counter to Torb though. Did you see the
Are we gonna get the Torb v Torb? Nova, don't toy with my heart here. There's 15 seconds left.
An offensive Torb. I mean, it's meta.
No,
but
I knew it was a long shot, but
yeah, people love playing with your heartstrings on attack. I remember when Overwatch League players would put that Symmetra, and then 1 second would go by, and then they'd swap to their actual go.
Well, we are going to see the Junkrat come out, so this is going to be very, very interesting. The Junkrat v Torb, whose spam is better?
Those Junkrat nades are just going to destroy those shields so much. And it's a reason why Collins is just playing this. He's going to try to take the high ground, but that turret, interestingly placed, I do have to say.
That is one of my favorite turret positions. Spider turret.
The diagonally defying physics itself. As the brawl is just happening, and Euphryxia able to take out Cersei, and it seems though that right now Flashbacks are really just stagnating. It's not an absolutely integral character taken out, but still taking that 5v6, really just hoping to get another one. But as Race takes out Nova, that's a reach rate right there for Flashbacks. That's gonna end it.
Yeah, you have to get out now, but they can't. Immortals is just spamming through their exit, door there. They're stuck. They're really stuck. And if I was Taters here, you might want to try pushing in on that. You're just going to let them get out. Looks like they're going to hold their position. I would like to see them get aggressive onto that 4v6. Core!
All better for now.
And that's one of the positives is that Zenyatta is just the damage that you bring. And it's able to absolutely pay off there. As right now,
There's
Flashbacks.
So much spam on the side of Taters right now.
Flashbacks, they're just absolutely stuck in there. And they have to wait for Cersei to come back. And right now, Fighting Potatoes just have the Flashbacks right where they want them.
Yeah. That is such a great halt.
Yeah, a great halt by Beastman. Actually gonna pay their life for it. But right now, it seems though that Flashbacks still somewhat stagnating. Right now, though, Deathbot able to take out Nova. But there's just so much going on. Right now, it seems though that staggers are coming out. And
finally, ults are coming online. We have almost 5 on the side of the Taters, whereas we have, let me do some math here, 3 coming up. Listen, it's hard to count, all right?
Yeah, Race, nice try. Race definitely went for that spider turret strat, and he's disappointingly looks out on the turret. It seems the Taters, though, as the time just winds down. It really is just a complete swap of what we have. But the Tire, though, able to take out Immortal, that might be the pick, though.
And he gets the turret, more important. That turret was MVP.
Oh, of course. But as the ultimates are being thrown out for Flashbacks, they need to at least get some percentage here. And as Beastman, Cersei, and Kants find some picks, it seems, though, that Flashbacks are going to at least take this first one.
Yeah, it appears that ults were the answer that they were looking for. Go figure. Pressing Q has results, especially when you're Junkrat. Oh, Race! Race says anything you can do, I can do better. We're gonna get a Junkrat v PDK kid has to be going nuts. Is he in the chat right now?
I don't know, but I haven't thought of the last time that I've seen a Junkrat.
When have we seen a Junkrat v Junkrat?
It has been forever, but Khan's actually gonna be able to survive that. Some poor positioning. He's gonna barely survive through good healing of Jonathan and Cersei. And they do have the ultimates. They do have that amplification matrix one with the bongo, but there's just gonna be counteracting. And both the Orissas are gonna go down as Immortal takes out Kant. And right now, Flashbacks are just stuck on that right side of point. And that amplification matrix is just so deadly.
It's so deadly, especially with a Hanzo already able to one-shot you in the head. Now he can do it on your body. Now it's just such a devastating combination. Definitely not able to hold on to that dragon too. I thought he was gonna drag him when they were at that small spot, but He wisely holds on to it, says, nah, I can just left click you and have the same result. But
Yeah,
Khan getting the tire up again. This is what got him the first point. Can he get him the second?
Yeah, definitely all eyes are on Khan's and just waiting at this point. But the ults are there. We are going to see that Dragon Strike come out, but the actually going to do no damage. But he's going to find Jonathan, even though that eye field is out. And right now, Khan's looking to find somebody. The tire's going all around and is barely able to pick out Race from the Immortality field. As there's another Junkrat kill trade from Immortal, and just ults are being thrown out. A Blizzard, a Graviton Strike, a Beat Drop, and right now it seems
everybody's hitting Q.
Yeah, I mean, when in doubt, it's seems though the Flashbacks though do have the point, but as Shetvik and Race FPV do find some kills, it seems like the Fighting Potatoes are bringing it back.
Yeah, the trouble with trading kills is that is very advantageous for the defense. They were able to get a tick and they were able to get up to 52%, but as soon as you lose one member on the attack, it's such a devastating thing because one leads to two, and then all of a sudden people start trickling onto point, and they're able to get there much faster. On the defensive side, it's devastating. You have to have almost a perfect push. And we're gonna see some swaps here. Beastman going over to the Winston, Nova going over to the Genji, Jonathan on the Ana. Just wholesale swaps. It's resetting that. But I do like to see the swaps now. They are giving themselves enough time to build up the ults. I do like seeing this instead of 30 seconds to go. People making swaps.
I'm sorry. Is this
We are diving.
dive? Is this dive?
Diving in 2020.
That's impossible. And it might actually work out though.
I know Flashbacks has been working on their dive, and let's see if that practice paid off.
Yeah, they are gonna have a trade out, so it is a 5v5. But that Transcendence from Core is Race PV gonna find a triple kill. Tire gonna be two of them. And the dive initially did work out. It seems though it's just gonna fizzle out in the end. There's about 40 seconds left on the clock. The ults are just not there for Flashbacks. Some Dragon Strike is just gonna be there as long as the Gravitic Flux. That's not a Graviton. For Fighting
We'll
Potatoes,
get there eventually. But yeah, they're probably gonna get a halt from the Orisa there into the Dragon Strike. And with no Baptiste, I don't know how they survive this. I don't think an amp heal will be enough from the Lucio. If Taters can play this right, they should be able to defend this point here. Let's see it.
Of course, and here we go. We are seeing this dive come out, but playing so well. Shetvik is going to be playing that eye field to really keep himself alive. But there's just going to be a trade of 5v5 as Euphryxia finds constant. That Gravitic Flux is just going to do so much damage. But right now, Flashbacks do have some control of the point.
Beastman going 8.
I mean, that's in his name, and somehow Flashbacks immediately able to turn this around, and they are going to take some damage to some control on the point, but Shetvik is going to do their best to really stall as much as they can, and here comes Euphryxia along with Immortal on that Wrecking Ball. Like, right there, is that self-destruct is going to take out Euphryxia, and right now, it's just the stall game. It's really, right now, Fighting Potatoes.
That's huge, though, getting one of the healers.
Taking out Jonathan, that takes out a main source, but that beat drop is just going to do so much for the Fighting Potatoes. It's just going to be very hard for the Fighting Potatoes to come back from this.
Yeah, they are doing their darnest, though. The stall game is real. It says 100%, but the match is still going on.
Good game. Polished game right there. That was probably like 99.999 right there that they just rounded up.
Like 99.9999. Make it 100.
Yeah, but seems though that Flashbacks are going to be able to take it in overtime. So
Yes,
it's gonna.
I see PDK Kid in the chat. He is very happy. He is proud that word is getting around to the Junkrat meta. We're doing it, PDK. This is what you have wrought upon the world. This is your fault.
Junkrat. I people don't care about my feelings on Junkrat, but he's very interesting. But we are gonna. What was that?
Pause. I don't know if somebody disconnected because there was no.
What did I do? What did I do?
Did you pause it?
Enforcing. Oh, that's why.
Oh, yep.
Yes,
Immortal left
we have Immortal. So I initially thought I messed it up, but I'm not Bard. Like, I'm not Bard. All right.
We love you, Bard. We love you. But okay, so that was a
Oh, there was no.
very,
Yeah.
very interesting attack with the Junkrat and the Hanzo. Not usually a combination we see outside of PDK Kids teams. So, but a lot of poke damage. You have the Storm Arrow, you have the Junk Spam, you have the Sigma able to shoot out, you have the Orisa throwing her shield and shooting out, you have the Zenyatta able to put an orb on somebody and start shooting. So there's just so much spam on the side of the Fighting Potatoes that just eventually it just breaks. And I think that's why the Flashback switched to die, was that they realized our shields just aren't going to work. They just can't, they're just not going to be in effect. So that they had to do something else, and the dive was the answer. Because okay, well, our shields are going to last. We'll just play without our shield, and we'll just have this burst damage on our dive.
How waiting we're waiting for Immortal to come back. The bans for this week, if anybody does not know, are Reinhardt, McCree, Widowmaker, and Brigitte. So I mentioned on Nepal that there was no way to really counter the Pharah besides Ashe, just simply because McCree and Widowmaker are banned. And the reason we're seeing double shield so much is just because Reinhardt is simply not available.
Yes. So you cannot run the Rein Zarya, the Rein Diva. Teams do like to run. Woven in the chat. He's not a man, he's a beast god.
Yeah, it's simply these bans really, I think, try the testament of a team and see how flexible it is. But
Immortal
that's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Power goes out, and I believe right now we're gonna ask some, because the rules with all that stuff. So.
Yes, PDK Kid's supposed to be in a stream right now, but is instead watching our cast. So we appreciate that very much.
Thank you, PDK. But right now is the fighting
ruling?
What's the Fighting Potatoes kind of answer to this if they do come back? Can you really think of anything that the Fighting Potatoes could do to counteract? I mean, they did have a good hold.
I mean, I think they just run the comp that they were running, because realistically, they only lost 2 fights that entire map. So I think they run this Junkrat Hanzo spam, and unless Flashbacks is gonna have the balls to run a dive defense on Anubis, which we haven't seen since 2018.
Oh my god,
Miro.
Dive
defense. Was it 2017? Actually, I think it was 2017. The last time we really saw dive defense.
The years, they just go by. The times they are changing.
Yeah. I mean, so it's gonna be rough, and I don't know how much they've practiced their dive defense. That's not something that a lot of teams really work on. And
I mean, definitely. Like, nobody practices dive nowadays. What is that?
Yeah.
Unless they're wanting to relive the good old days.
Hey, we've got the opportunity now. In case you guys haven't realized, arcade mode now has open queue.
Goats.
Right? But this is the thing that upsets me, is that they put the hero bands in, and Ryan and Brig are banned.
They knew
what we were gonna do, because that was immediately my first thought was open queue. Get the boys back together. We're running goats. And then we get in there and we see that the bans are in effect, and we're just...
Yeah, well, I don't know if you knew this, and I don't know if some
angry is not the word.
Know this. I was on Solo Cup, and Solo Cup was a goats team. We ran goats. We were the goats team, and we made it to the semifinals, just running goats until the Smugs Otaku beat us. They were champions. So I, as the Reinhardt of the goats, know my way around that comp.
That was the last time I played Reinhardt. I was the main tank and goat.
Mm-hmm. I have 75 hours on Reinhardt. About 70 of those were during.
I had to say, as soon as goats became not a thing, I had to stop playing Reinhardt, because I got into the habit of playing Reinhardt with all of the backup that you get in goats. So I just WM1 and just got immediately melted.
All right, so we are actually, so because the power went out, Immortal's power went out, Solitary Bird is being allowed in by Flashbacks. So thank you. We're
Thank
glad,
you, Flashbacks. Yes, good people.
Integrity,
Good people.
integrity.
We love seeing it.
Oh, of course.
Capital has raised a good team over there.
Yeah, it's all about that integrity, you know. And honestly, that's what this is all about. It's being a good person, and we're finally gonna get
And especially at the Harmony level, it is about growing. It is about better. It's not. Yes, obviously, winning is fun. Winning is somewhat important, but you're not going to learn to get better at the game playing 5v6. So we appreciate Flashbacks having the integrity to allow this.
Yeah. Solitaire Bird.
It looks like, yep, PDK Kid, the new coach for the Flashbacks, having his influence con coming out on the Junkrat.
I mean, why not? There's so much damage if you can hit those balls. The dive defense, interestingly. The dive
this offense though. If this is real.
I mean, it's not a true one though. It's not a true.
No, but I do love the adaptation because the Pharah can boop them off of that high ground and get them out from behind their shields. Oh my goodness!
I think it'll work. It could work with the comp that really Flashbacks are running right now.
I'm not sure I like the Ana though, because if they are able to stay behind their shields, this Ana is going to be essentially useless.
Yeah, that is true. So shield placement can really be key here for Dina and Eastman.
Down early.
Yeah, that Pharah is just going to be so deadly. You're going to be able to deal so much damage to that shield. And Tots really can't do anything because Junkrat is such a bad hero against Pharah. Unless you're amazingly skilled.
This was the answer that they would have needed, and they had. Oh, big boop!
Yeah, an absolutely massive boop coming out, and it's really forcing Flashbacks to rotate. But the trap makes Jonathan kill Death Knot, and there was so much aggression coming out from Fighting Potatoes that Flashbacks were able to punish it. Absolutely great job, but
oh, that's a massive kill at the end there. They need to get a 6, wait at 6, and then just push in because with the Mercy down, just coming back up now, and Khan down on the Junkrat, that is a lot of their damage.
It'll be interesting to see how fast the Fighting Potatoes are going to push this, as Kans is actually going to switch over to that Soldier's little bit of that counter to race his Pharah.
Yeah, and it lets him get back quicker as well. So another big boop though gets the Sigma down on the low ground.
Yeah, though the addition of that Soldier is just going to be a little bit deadly to that Pharah, that Winston, as the Immortality field is going to be brought out, which is going to be immediately destroyed. And here comes the dive defense, but those Solitary Bird, a great wall by Nova, and that's going to immediately take out Solitary Bird. That's your off tank. It's a big part of that dive. And right now, it seems though that the Fighting Potatoes really are stagnating right now, but right there we are going to see come in some ults and it taking out the Mercy, but was that a waste?
If he's going to swap, definitely not. And also, getting the Mercy is probably one of the biggest things in this comp because it gets rid of the res. Mercy takes a while to come back unless you're going to send somebody to taxi your back. So it is one of the better picks you can get, but they just lost so much in that effort. And now ults are coming online for Flashbacks. They're going to have 5 ults in this fight, so they get to pick and choose how they want to delete the Potatoes hit.
That Tactical Visor is just going to be so anti-air. You know, if you've got any type of military equipment, that Tactical Visor is definitely anti-air. As we're going to see that Bongo go down, Nova going to be extremely low as that anti-nade is going to get him down to low health, but he's going to get healed up. And right now, some ults being traded, a Blizzard, a Visor, a Nano Blade, and right there, seems though it's really hard to pick who's actually coming on top of it, as it is a 4v4, but it seems though that Flashbacks might actually end up on the positive receiving end of it.
Big res on the Solitary Bird though, getting the Diva back, getting that damage mitigation. Oh no!
I like it.
Oh no!
Chef Vic, I like it. I like it.
Chef, that's not the play, bro.
I'm partly disappointed in Core not to pull out the
not
pistol.
going Battle Mercy. Yeah.
I'm very disappointed.
Realistically, it is Core's fault.
Yeah. In the end, like.
It's the unwritten rule. No matter who you are, you get the nano, you press W.
Race is gonna have that barrage, which is just so deadly. But Donovan, that
Oh
immortality
man, if they
field
would have
is
saved the
so
nano
big.
for the nano barrage, that would be huge. They're not. Oh yes.
Yeah, and that barrage is gonna be so deadly. The immortality field doing next to nothing. Really, the gravitic flux is just an attempt to try to get something, but it's really nothing as the bomb is gonna be thrown out here, not gonna find anything, and it's just cleanup for the fighting potatoes.
Yeah. Excellent barrage. Again, that excellent. They forced them into that little corner. Excellent job from the tanks, controlling space, diving in, forcing them into that area, and then just knowing that Race was gonna. But we're getting some huge stall here from TNA and Khan. That was forcing it into overtime, giving them the minimal amount of time to get point B here, and they do have to cap. Otherwise, this map is going to go over to Flashbacks, and they will be up 2-0.
Yeah, 3 minutes really is not a lot of time, and you need Race to get that barrage quickly. You do have that nano blade coming up. You've got that primal rage, and so you can wait time because they don't really have a ult to counter it. They don't have a Lucio, they don't have a Zenyatta. So you can wait your time here, or you can use your ults really concisely and quickly. It's just really all depending on how fighting potatoes want to take this.
Yeah, and I have to address PDK Kid in the chat, saying that Junkrat kills fair. We're not all you, PDK Kid, right? The Nano Blade comes out and gets frozen up right away. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, but the ults are big. Khan's using that visor and taking out Race just before he dies. Actually, it somehow works out. I think that that visor, even though you died along with it, was absolutely worth it. And
Solitary, the remake was not the play. That was... You just fed over more ult charge, and now they're going to have 3 ults coming into this next fight. Oof. But Khan switching over to the Doomfist. I think he's going to go back, though. I think he has to go back. Yeah, he is. But what's he going to come out on? Is it the Junkrat? Is he going to make PDK proud? He's thinking. PDK, you need to have a talk with Khan, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but now the only ult on the side of fighting potatoes is that Valkyrie, which you're really not going to get much use out of. And then on the side of Flashbacks, you've got that Bongo, you've got that Amplification Matrix, and you've got that Gravitic Clutch, which is being used out.
We're going to see. Everybody's so low.
Oh. But it's not about how low you get them, it's about finishing that KO, and the fighting potatoes just aren't able to do it.
Yeah, and an excellent defense on the side. That huge Gravitic Flux gets everybody's... Jonathan, just melts everybody. Just this defense from Flashbacks is just really, really strong. Excellent job playing around their shield, not giving this dive, the angles that they want. And that's kind of thing. On dive, you have to get your angles. You have to come in from multiple different angles. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to be very effective. And they're all coming down mid together, and that's just not how you want to run it.
But Race once again getting that barrage. Oh, and here it comes, but it's gonna find 2 before he's able to go down, and you got to prevent this res somehow. But they're not able to do it. But
But res on both sides.
And that's really the big part. But that blizzard is just gonna be so big, and as time is winding down, there's just desperation time. Death Knot.
You can do it, Death Knot. You can do it, Death Knot.
Yeah, this blade has to be big. He's able to find the soldier, and he's gonna get nanoed. Oh my god.
2. That's 3.
Oh my god.
Get him. 4.
Wow.
I told you he could do it.
That's absolutely huge on Death Knot. I mean, great nano by Shep being able to push it out, but it's actually finishing us out. And right now, you just gotta push it so close, 97%. And the stall might be here. Oh, it's
and
such
the res comes through.
Yeah, it's a clencher here.
Can DNA get it back though?
Race actually is gonna get the barrage again, and there's just gonna be so much damage in one area, and there's so little percentage to go, but there's so many bodies on the point for Flashback. You can't tell who's coming out here though. The kills are being there for fighting potatoes, just the respawns. The Flashbacks are just able to get so many respawns, and the kills aren't coming fast enough. That
they have to have target focus on the side of the potatoes. Focus one person. Death Knot coming in a big again though, getting 2 kills. He's almost built up another blade.
Oh, it's so close. It's just taking out the Sigma here.
Get the Sigma.
Oh, come on, potatoes. You can't lose it
We
here.
hurt for potatoes. All right.
Ooh.
That was insane.
If
Death Knot.
if they were to give that up there, I don't know what I would have
Oh
said.
my
There.
goodness. That was such a good attack. I mean, it wasn't good technically speaking. They didn't have great target focus. My God, was that entertaining? I guess that's the word I was looking for. That was an entertaining attack. Oh my goodness.
Both teams
have a minute
are going to
now.
have that minute. Yeah. And it's just really how are they going to use it here? What comps are they going to go? Are we going to see
I don't
that
think you can dive
dive?
again on the side of, at least on potatoes, because it didn't do very well, but it did very well on the side of flashbacks.
Yeah, I was going to say we're probably going to get a dive attack here once again.
We're gonna have some dueling pharmacy action though. This could be very interesting. Whoever wins that sky battle could very well take the point or defend it, depending on your side.
Yeah, but both teams not going for exactly a hard counter. We're seeing a Genji, a Hanzo as kind of that off DPS. So it'd be very interesting to see who kind of comes out. Death Knot has done very, very well tonight on Hanzo, especially on Anubis, finding the heads, doing great storm arrows. But once again, you mentioned that it just really comes down to the sky battle. Who is able to take out who first?
Yeah, that's gonna be very important. And also, I don't know if Khan's gonna get the value on this Genji. I mean, that's gonna be another important aspect. Is this because we know Death Knot is correct on Lon, so we know he's gonna get it. He's already up to almost 40% of his ult cheese. Oh.
The taking out of the Orisa, and here comes the res, and that's just gonna absolutely do nothing as the Mercy. Just damage boost that, and right there, flashbacks are just gonna roll onto point, and they're gonna have at least 30 seconds plus this time that they're gonna get to push point B with some ults
Need
they're
to
gonna
have
get.
an answer for this Pharah, because this is the second map in a row that Nova's Pharah has just decimated multiple people, and it looks like we are going to see that with Race almost getting him very quickly on that soldier.
Great. It's coming down to that soldier play, taking down that Pharah who's just 10% away from the barrage here.
Yeah, and we're going to... If Nova is going to beat Nova again, he's going to get another massive barrage here. He's setting it up.
And he's going to get absolutely nothing.
Wow.
But Konitz is able to somewhat come back, but it's not really going to matter. That barrage is going to be distraction enough for flashbacks to get their kills. Yeah, they are going to be able to get that res, and all that's left is the Mercy, and flashbacks might get a complete second point push. All they have to do is get rid of these last remaining enemies, and actually Nova, their ult didn't go off fast enough. They're able to get that barrage again, and right there, with only a minute, flashbacks able to take point B. That's going to be such a large mountain for the Taters to come back from.
Flashbacks dive, kind of crack. Kind of real good.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot more of a struggle.
Harmony tier.
It's going to be a lot more of a struggle for the Fighting Potatoes to run that dive. I'd be very interested to see if they'd run the exact same thing again.
I don't think they can. It took so long. They literally had to go into open. I mean, the advantage with dive is that it can cap the point quickly, and that if you are going to get a double cap, as we saw from flashbacks, you kind of have to dive because double shield is just so slow. But yeah, it looks like we are going to see it on the side of flashbacks here, and we are going to see Nova coming back out on the Pharah, and Khan coming out on the Ashe to deal with the Pharah of race FPV. So very, very interesting choices.
It's from what we've seen so far, it's gonna be very. I've said that a lot, but it's the Fighting Potatoes just we haven't seen enough from them, at least this match, to have them take both points in that minute time bank. But then again, flashbacks did do the exact same thing with the exact same amount of time, so it's not completely impossible. Fighting Potatoes are definitely gonna need to pull out some big plays here to get that done.
Yeah. And Khan already firing at Race FPV. And, oh! That's huge.
I mentioned like a big play. That's exactly what they need. But that, while Cersei is getting that res on Akanatas, it seems that the picks aren't following up. The distraction was there to get heals off, but it just didn't work.
No, excellent job by Jonathan. We gotta give him credit for, Cersei going for the res. So he is the only person that's able to keep his team up, and he keeps everybody alive while Race was just raining in death, trying to get the picks.
I mean, I completely understand letting Cersei get that res so you can find everyone else, but that just wasn't there. And right now, Taters just have to touch the point as Donovan takes up Race SPV. As you're already down a man from this fight, go down another one.
Too.
Yeah, it's just looking like it's not gonna fall their way tonight.
Third. Jonathan, the bloodthirsty support is real.
He's able to find those final blows so well. And there we do see Flashbacks able to take Temple of Numis, go up 2-0 on Fighting Potatoes as we are going to go into halftime.
Jonathan kind of has good aim.
I mean, Baptiste, that's one of the big aspects of it, but we're going to see Death Knot probably on that. Yeah, here we go, that last 4K. Yeah. One of the big reasons why the Fighting Potatoes were able to take that.
Yeah, this was really what gave them even a chance in this match. But right before we go into halftime, that was such a great play. That was just phenomenal. Some cards out here though. Beast Man, 42 objective kills, and DNA had 59% kill participation or something like that. So the tanks getting involved for the side of Flashback there, not just the DPS on the kills.
I mean, their tank line and their healing are just a big reason why Flashbacks are in such a commanding lead right now. But hopefully Fighting Potatoes can have the comeback here. They are down 2-0, but we've got 10 minutes left in this halftime. And Fighting Potatoes do have the time to talk it out, so we will see you after this 10-minute break.
promised me on a night drive, baby, come on, I'm waiting. You promised me on a night drive, baby, I'm waiting on you. You promised me on a night drive, baby, I'm waiting on you. You promised me on a night drive, baby, come on. Waiting for you. Waiting for you. Waiting for you. Standing on my feet, I'm still alive. Wish I even tried, 'cause I never tried. It's better if I even try. I wish you outside my way. Do you see me as a light? Wait, why I keep on picking up the phone? Why is it always on? I'm just a lightweight in your eyes. Why is it always on? Against the odds, through the grain, you would never know me anyway. I'm just a lightweight in your eyes. I'm just a lightweight. Taking my chance just to know your name. Breaking my bones just to see your face. It's better if I even try. Why I keep on picking up the phone? Why is it always on? I'm just a lightweight in your eyes. Why is it always on? I'm just a lightweight in your eyes. Against the odds, through the grain, you would never know me anyway. I'm just a lightweight in your eyes. I'm just a lightweight. to you. I chose a moment when I don't feel bad. To say you can't hurt me bad. I don't need to push you, don't need tonight. This ain't my last try. I don't get the blame for making you stay in my choice of place. When everybody wants my name, wants my name. I can be whatever makes you feel the right way. It will get me to the right place to stay. 'Cause you don't ever want my name to get stayed.
Welcome back to some Harmony tier Overwatch Tranquility action between Flashbacks and the Fighting Potatoes. Now, if you're not caught up to speed, right now Flashbacks have a 2-0 lead over the Fighting Potatoes, and they actually only need one more win to secure a playoff spot. So they're definitely wanting to finish this one out strong. Val, you want to give us any analysis on this match? What the Fighting Potatoes can do better, kind of before we jump in onto Nubani?
Yeah, they're gonna have to find an answer for the dive, and honestly, from what I've been watching, big dive counter lately has been the Torbjorn. So I'd like to see Race on that Torbjorn and then Death Knot actually on the Hanzo. Give a lot more poke, get these guys down before they're able to get on top of them, because that seems to be the big problem. Flashbacks with the dive, with this Pharah, just absolutely getting on top of them and just unrelenting damage. So if they can have this, this turret and the Hanzo poking out, I think that can be a way that they can mitigate some of this damage and really get some of these heroes down to half HP before they're even on top of them.
Yeah, I mean, they need something, because you mentioned to me during the break, I want to bring this up, that you've never seen a game be so close and then be so far apart.
Yeah, especially like the Anubis map was just a little microcosm for this entire match of these fights are so close, but yet they seem to all be going to the side of the Flashbacks. That it's just one little thing can happen in these fights and it can easily be the other side for the Potatoes. The Potatoes could easily be up 2-0 right now. And it's just unbelievable that right now, if you would have shown me these fights, I would have thought there would have been 1-1 at halftime, because fights are so close. But it's just not. And like you said, Flashbacks one map away from securing that first round playoff bye that is oh so important.
I really, really do want that, and we're gonna see a Bastion coming out from Race, more of that double shield. I like to see it. I like to see that Lego Bastion come out. So we also are gonna see possibly the Torp out from Khans. Genji.
I think they're gonna go back on this Genji. It was just so strong.
I mean, it's just nothing really to change if it's working so far, but I do like the Bastion, something different. It's really just
they're at least
focusing
trying.
on
They're trying something different.
Yes.
Death Knot, though, tons of poke.
Dina is, though, going to be absolutely huge in mitigating the damage that comes out from Race, as we're already Kans is taken out, but is immediately going to be res. I actually don't know. Brignus is going to find the res here. Do not think so. Yes, Kanso is just going to have to respawn. Flashbacks does have the time, though, to do this. Yes.
They're gonna do everything. This is the old El Presidente. This is protect the Bastion, play around him, and just everything else will work out straight.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're gonna leave kind of Death Knot on his own to get these picks to work on this off angle, and that's what Hanzo excels at. He excels at this off angle, and he's gonna have a little help with the Sigma, with the shield, with the Eat and the rocks. Oh, smart move. They're underneath the Bastion right now where he can't quite shoot them at, so he's going to have to rotate.
Yeah, they're just having to change their style up right now as Race just really takes a nap. It's desperation hour as Shepik is going to be able to be taken out by Nova, and Race has to find something, and it's really not coming out, and we're seeing that Bastion defense really being cracked by Flashbacks as this dive just seems to be working out.
Yeah, the trouble with the protect the Bastion strat is as soon as one person goes down, kind of like goats. The whole system requires all 6 people. So once one of those cogs, stops working, the whole machine stops.
Of course. Hans wants to find a little bit of a sneaky pick to really start this fight off, but he's just gonna have to back off for now as teams are really fighting.
Here we go,
Potatoes are
Race.
just backing up.
Race swapping to the Torbjorn. This is what I was hoping to see.
I
And hopefully
love
get
to see
some
that.
sort of answer here. I don't like that turret placement though. That was a bit aggressive on the turret.
I mean, it ended up working out. They were able to
Let's
take
get
out
a
Hans.
distraction turret.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Constantly coming back, and Beastman getting so incredibly low, and barely.
The turret!
Yes, the turret kill. See, kids, that's why you run
Immediate
toward
res,
it.
but we get the turret kill. We got what we wanted. Yeah, the turret can't miss. The turret has that auto aim on it, and Race is able to M1 the Nova Pharaoh.
Ooh, what a shot! A Death Knot taking out that second DPS. And they're able to stop this dive attack
I'm
for at
so
least a
happy
fight.
right now.
Is the
But we're
Torb,
gonna have 6 ults on the side of Flash Rush here.
is that Torb attack? Is that Torb just really filling your heart right now?
Oh, it's so much. As somebody who abuses Torb, this is what I love seeing. I was so happy when he was an owl.
Here comes this Dragon Strike.
Quick
Not-
starting Dragon Gun by space.
It's really all it's good for, but Nova does have that barrage. He's definitely looking to use it, but he's so high and Death Knot able to take out constantly. And here comes that barrage, and it is going to get a little bit, and he's really going to find a trade for it. And there's so many ults coming out from so many directions. Flashbacks looking to use at least 3, and so they need to secure this, and it looks like they are going to do it as Hans takes out Euphryxia, and it's really only the main tank left.
Yeah, quality job from Beastman there with that primal rage, just kind of separating everybody on the side of Taters. Taters kind of they want to death ball a little bit. They want to play behind the shields with this Torb turret, and the Hanzo wants to be behind the Sigma shield, on that off angle. So with Beastman able to just gorilla boop everybody out of the way, they're able to take him out.
Was that ult from Dina a remake ult?
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say yes.
Ults oh, it was a swap to the Sigma, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So just gonna throw it out there and then swap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense. Nova making it already start out with a 5v6, and there we see that Dragon Strike able to take out Shefik. But the trade from Death Knot is just gonna try to remedy that as much as they can. As that dive defense is just gonna try to really replicate what Flashbacks are doing. It seems though that the fighting potatoes are extremely struggling with that. As right now Flashbacks just have so much time in the time bank to work with.
Yeah, Nova here, you can't. They don't really have anything to stop this Mei because she goes right through the Diva defense matrix. The bubble doesn't last very long from Winston. And just, I think this Mei's just gonna run wild over him.
And that kill onto Beastman though is the first step in bringing it back.
Death Knot, can he get him? He's got him.
Yeah, so that's something, but the respawns are the only thing that are really working in your favor. So you've got to use that to your advantage. Find the picks you can. And
They
so I think
need to get Nova off of this Mei. They need to get him. They need to get him out of the game. Kill him.
yeah, but this Blizzard is just going to be absolutely devastating. But the Immortality Field, though, is going to keep Solitary Bird up for a little bit. Not enough, though, to keep him alive, as Euphryxia is just swinging around on the point.
Oh,
And,
Jonathan.
yeah, it's just for time at this point, as that beat drop is really just going to secure anything that Fighting Potatoes, the chance that they had is absolutely gone with
Death
these
Knot
amount
coming out on
of
his own Mei though, trying to stall, but Jonathan just clicking heads on this Baptiste. Support who? No. He's going for the kills.
In my opinion, Baptiste is just a DPS that heals.
Yeah. He's just a better soldier.
He's just a better soldier. We are gonna
We're
have.
gonna have a short pause here. It looks like.
Yep. So that's definitely not a positive thing for Fighting Potatoes. Like, is what can kind of be fixed? What? I think though that we're just having some caster problem. Like our producer Juke obviously is making sure that everything's okay. He wants to make sure we want a smooth ship, make it easier on our admins. You know, they've got such a tough job as it is. So, you know, just a technical pause. You know. So I want to mention though, like if you could say what can work out for Fighting Potatoes, like you mentioned, kind of at the end, dive. Their dive is not as successful as Flashback. It's something they really can't afford to replicate.
Yeah, Flashback's dive is just so clean right now. And with Nova on this Pharah, it gives an extra distraction that they have to look, vertical as well, and it's just not helping.
I banned Reaper instead of Reinhardt because I'm a bad lobby host. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm letting everybody who's watching this know the pain of running this lobby.
Okay.
As the pain they want in their ears.
All right, so we are going to see some dive out from the side of the potatoes here, but we are going to see an answer from Khan on the legs.
I mean, the legs. If you're good at locking those legs, it's something that you can absolutely wreak havoc on the entire map.
Yeah, but he's drawn the ire of Race FPV there. He takes a quick rocket.
And Race is immediately gonna get shot out of the sky.
Nice angle there from Khan to get Core on that Mercy. An excellent coordination between Khan and Jonovan getting that Pharah down. Quick honest snipe came in. Khan was able to follow up.
Sombra, though, it's very interesting. We haven't seen Sombra in a while, especially with these new bans. Sombra's really coming back, trying to shut down any way possible. And I think Race's goal is definitely to take out Nova here.
Yeah, just hack her out of the sky, do something. Can hack the Diva as well, so that way she doesn't have to defend.
Right now, Nova is still in the air, but Race able to take out Kana, and that's just and it's just really a way for Fighting Potatoes to get some sort of time to take the rest of the point.
There's the answer they were looking for. Death Knot able to get 3 with the Pharah first.
Death Knot on the Genji is working out, so at least in the fights that they're making it work for
Kind
Fighting
of a
Potatoes.
good pick for Death Knot. DNA gets so low, gets healed back up by Jonovan.
Jonovan is keeping those heals up, but as he's taken out by Race and Death Knot, the spawns are
bring
just
this back?
yeah, the spawns are there for flashbacks.
Not even a tick. That's unfortunate. When you get 3 or 4 picks out of one player and you tick, that can be super tilting. Although I know Taters is a pretty PMA team and probably not too worried about it. You know, they're good people over there, but that has to affect your mental somewhat. You got to get at least a little.
The ults, they do have a lot of ults coming online. You got that self-destruct. The Race is very close to the EMP, especially that Nanoblade Death Knot. I'm looking very much to the Nanoblade of Death Knot. And how much are they going to get that? But Soldier is hacked, and they know he had the visor. And here we go. Death Knot is going to be bringing out that blade. And there is the Nano. First self-destruct is being brought out, and right there, the combination of ults is just too much for Flashbacks.
Yeah, the trouble is, though, if you're just relying on the Nanoblade fighting, there's no way they're going to be able to cap in this that Flashbacks did if they're just relying on this Nanoblade. So let's Let's see if they can get the value out of this EMP.
Stop the payload.
I would like to see them get the Fair, but you also kind of want to get the Baptiste so that he can't throw out that immortality, because that is a big answer. No, it gets the 2-for-1.
That doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it feels great. And Nova is absolutely still wreaking havoc in that sky, especially with that barrage online.
Yeah, you know he's going to be looking for that. Right now, just peppering in those rockets from afar, doing that poke damage, trying to get somebody low for the rest of his DPS, and Beastman jumps in.
Yeah, but as the EMP comes online, so does the barrage from Nova. And right now, even though the ults are brought out from Hiding Potatoes, it seems that even one, just from Nova is enough to really bring that back and pure gunplay.
They have not had an answer for Nova on this fair all match, and it's something that they really need to address, because they're going to have race switch over to the Ashe, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. It's hard because you're not just dealing with the Fair, you're dealing with the Mercy as well, so you're essentially trying to take a 2v1 or minimize it as a 2v1, but we're gonna see a primal rage here with a bomb. Oh,
that's self-destruct. You're gonna claim Sheffic and Solitary Bird. I don't know if we're gonna see another stagger. Small Korean lady, probably. It's very sad. Eva is just staggered so much.
Puts her out of her misery.
Oh.
Good boy, Khan. Good job.
Oh yeah, Khan.
Ended the suffering early.
Khan though does have that visor along with Jonathan's amplification matrix. If you visor through that amplification window, that's an absolute deadly combo.
And they might be using that visor as an answer to the Nanoblade. Can't, Genji pretty hard to hit, but you can't miss as long as he's on the screen.
Of course, and here we are. We are going to see it come out as long with the Nanoblade. And right now, it's just an absolute mess as Khan and Death Knot are both able to claim one. But right now, there's once again, Beastman just bringing out that Primal Rage along with Brigand's Valkyrie. And I can't even keep track of how many ults are being used because there's so many on each side. I guess in the end.
And again, Nova just doesn't go down in the fight.
Nova heals also as well from Brigandess, excuse me.
Both the Mercies, Brigandess and Cersei, have just enabled this composition so well. We're going to see a Bob in here, though, trying to answer the pharmacy, but they just hide. They just line of sight it.
Yeah. Still trying to keep somewhat of a counter for that Bob, but it's just going to do absolutely nothing as Shevik is taken out along with
another big bomb.
Tina. Get that double bomb. And only 18 seconds left. This is it. This is the fight. And it looking not looking good.
No. This is going to be rough. They're going to struggle to even touch the payload with 8 seconds left here, and a barrage coming in. Oh, can he avoid the bomb, though? No!
Solitary Bird keeping his team alive. They're even their team alive right now. And I think they're actually going to maybe able to cap this.
They might be able to, but the respawns are coming in now. But Jonathan's getting so low. He's on 4 HP, it looks like.
Oh no, but Kanis and Dina are going to be able to find both of the supports. That's nothing you can absolutely lose.
But a blade from Death Knot.
Oh, things are looking not well.
Oh, he had that Mercy in his sights, but it was over, but he still gets the kill.
Oh no. It looks like you had the chance to almost bring it back to at least cap point B. But as only race FPV, oh actually no, we do
supports are coming in.
Oh, I can't even tell this. It's really just about the stagger game, the spawn game. But Beastman's Primal Rage is just gonna have so much presence on the point. Able to
Shepsic has nano though.
It's just an all-out brawl. And the ults are gonna be thrown out. Kanates once again takes out
Shepsic goes down before he can use the nano. That's huge.
Oh no. The bomb, though, not going to be able to find anything from Dina. And we're seeing a 5v6. The only one out of the fight is Shepvik. And who is going to go down first again? I can't even tell.
Insane.
Oh my, I literally don't know how to compensate over this. This is
just a brawl on point. Core gets the beat. He drops it.
But there's already 2 down. Solitary and Race are the only ones down.
Caught
And
gets another visor in the fight. Second visor.
that's just the amount. That's just what you get from the absolute damage that's just being brought out. And Flashbacks able to take this map, go up 3-0, and are able to finally push their way
Oh my
into the top spot.
Yeah, so with that, they are going to take the victory in this match. But we stick around. We still have a map 4, and map score is going to be very, very important. Especially if we get into that, if we get into the everybody being 2-1 at the end of this. Map differential is going to be incredibly important. Look at DNA, though. 42 eliminations, 60% kill participation. Absolutely nutty, that map. It's had some huge, big bombs on both sides. DNA's been hitting big bombs all season. Trust me, I can test that. He hits big bombs in games. He hits big bombs in scrims. He hits big bombs in quick play. It's just what he does. Solitary, though, coming up with that big 3-man, giving hope to the Taters. But unfortunately, Flashback snatched it away at the last minute.
Yeah, and okay, chat. I made sure that things are okay. I made sure that we have Reinhardt banned.
We have Reinhardt banned. Do we have Reaper unbanned? Because that was the other
Reaper's
issue.
unbanned. I'm not. I messed up, all right?
We are trying here, people. We are trying.
We're just gonna put it all on. We're trying new stuff, all right? It's definitely the reason.
Yes, we are trying actually a bunch of new stuff tonight, and a lot of it's working really well. Big credit to Juke, for all of that. I know for those of you who don't know, he had a huge shout out on the podcast last night. Juke producing tons of work that you guys don't see, or that you do see but you don't know is being done. So, just if you can, give him a follow on Twitter, whatever. Huge shout out to Juke doing tons of work. We couldn't do this without him. But looks like Junkertown. No swaps on the side of Flashbacks. Immortal and Sneaky Kitten coming in for Core and Solitary Bird on the side of Taters. Oh, I think Flashback. This is a decent dive map, but you can also run double sniper on this map. So I don't know what we're gonna see.
But there's no sniper. There's no Widowmaker to run.
There's no Widowmaker. You can still run Hanzo. You can run Hanzo Ash. Kind of works as a double sniper.
True.
But I think we're just gonna see dive. I think we're just gonna see dive from.
I would very much expect to dive.
I think you're just gonna dive fair. You're just gonna farm it to dive because the first 2 points on this map hugely open. Third point, pretty large roof.
And if everything is okay, if everything is righted, and I'm not getting absolutely flamed by everybody, even myself.
This is why I don't host.
If someone's got to do it, all right? Someone's got to take the fall.
And it doesn't have to be me. All right, but we are about to see the defense come out here, and okay, they're gonna try it again.
I mean, I am not opposed to this at all. I like seeing the Bastion comp. It's very.
I mean, I love seeing a Bastion comp. I just don't think it was very effective for them. And I think they're gonna get Farah Concussive Blast right out from behind the shields.
Its death is gonna be imminent on that high ground.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna last very long. It might if Race can get the Farah out of the sky. Although, as of right now, we're not seeing a Farah. We're seeing a Tor Bastion come out.
Why not?
So,
last map, go. Whatever pleases you, but
God just gets absolutely melted and immediately rests. That was not.
Gosh. There's so much damage being fed in there, but I don't know if the heals are gonna be. Actually, they are great heals by Sneaky and Sheffic. They're barely able to keep Race up. I
thought he was done for. He was under 100 HP.
Yeah, no shield. You had healers reloading. You had that Bastion going up on you. But
at that point, I'm usually disengaging from.
See, that's why you're not Race.
That's why I'm not Race, man. I don't have the big ones. I don't have the cojones.
I like the swap onto the Junkrat. Literally, Nova's just able to rain in a bunch of death while not even being visible to the enemy.
That's so unfair. But it does get pulled out and immediately just removed from the game.
Yeah, he gets seen. Oh no!
No.
That slight crack in the window is not gonna be enough.
All right.
And I'm sad because I wanted to quote video game donkey, and then it is the sin among Junkrat mains if you even see the enemy. But sadly, Kans is gonna swap over to that Hanzo. Actually, Nova's still gonna be on that Junkrat.
Nova's like, look, I'll show you how it's done. And they have their own window.
So much, and here comes that Gravitic Surge, able to grab 3.
Oh, that's gonna be mad. Oh, the big immortality though, keeping him alive only for a matter of time.
Yeah, not very long.
Immortal is able to trade out too though. He's still up. He's full HP.
Yeah, and as he's got that heals of Sneaky Kitten,
he's gonna have his own flux.
It'll be interesting to see if he actually uses it, as he does have actually that Orisa to back him up, Euphryxia. And right there, are we gonna see it? We're gonna see this Gravitic Flux. Here we are, and right there, he's just gonna grab the Sigma.
Avoids the rock. That was huge. For those of you who don't know, he can be stunned, frozen, slept out of his ultimate now. So avoiding that rock, let the ultimate finish. That was massive.
Potatoes are doing a very good job of keeping this first point stall, or the defense, not even a stall, alive.
Yeah.
At a minute 30.
Jump from Immortal and Sneaky Kitten keeping Immortal alive through all that.
That's very unfortunate though that Kans is actually able to get away, even with a bunch of damage being put onto him. I'd really like to see, after all we've done, a big hold here, but Jonovan taking out Immortal.
Yeah, big rock from DNA, big halt from Beastman, the rock, the finish. We're gonna see a window here, possibly. Yes, and the Bastion can shoot out that window, but they just walk through it.
Yeah, but there's not. I think it's too little, too late at that point.
Yeah.
You had 2 down already, and the Bastion.
Just dying on cart.
Yeah, there was no healing, and there we go. We are seeing that first point being taken. But ults, the Flashbacks do have those ults to keep them going through this point.
Yes, although we do have both DPS ults. Unfortunately, both support ults we use, but, well, I'm not sure Bab's ult is considered a support ult. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah. Grace about to get that tank form, that cannon, they can just absolutely lay waste to enemies. Let's see if he can use it on a good angle here.
Nova, though, has that tire, and he's going to use it, but Dina is going to be taken out first. Because just to see where this tire lands as constant.
There was an immortality behind your race. No.
Ooh! Nova! Nova gets up.
PDK Kid has been training this man.
Absolute. I think it's a perfect thing. You wait till that immortality field goes down, and then it's just that satisfying left click. You explode, and everybody goes down. It's perfect. And that was a great job by Nova.
Oh my.
Allowing them to take the second point.
I know there's a few minutes delay in the stream. PDK Kid is about to go nuts. As long as it's not in the stream.
Is PDK Kid like the only Junkrat main that we have?
Not anymore. No,
I miss Mousy, if anybody remembers the name. The Junkrat who did use
and also, hey, we gotta give credit. NPC had a fat tire in his last match as well.
That is true. NPC is also in chat, but right now, Race almost gonna be find Nova, who once again had that big tire, but it's just gonna be up to the ult usage. Death Knot does have that Dragon Strike, but Brignus though has that beat drop to really counter it. And we're seeing both Gravitic Fluxes being used this, but Brignus having that beat drop is gonna completely negate the damage, as the main damage for the Fighting Potatoes is gone, as Race and Euphryxia are both taken out, but there's so much progress being pushed for Flashbacks.
Yeah, it turns out the beat drop is a really good counter to Sigma.
Oh no.
And that's just gonna let them push up and oh no, oh! Khan, please. Khan, no, don't do it. Don't do it to him. Oh!
Though, look in the back though, Immortal actually still contesting the point.
He's gonna give them he's gonna give them another fight. That was a big stall. But, oh, 2 big kills from the Dragon. And I don't think this last fight is actually gonna amount to much. Immortal coming out on the ball. Not able to get there. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate for what a really, really good first point hold. We see definite lackluster. I don't even know if that was in the potatoes. There was just so much good ult usage on the side of flashbacks. They have to actually cap this with a decent amount of time because flashbacks looking to take this 4-0, have such a strong kind of momentum gainer going. They want to go undefeated this stage. I know everybody does. They're one of the teams that have this advantage, especially with this win that they're getting in this match. And you going up against teams that, if we look at the teams that they still have to play, we've got Jetpack Cats and Get Off My Land. And Get Off My Land 0-1.
No, they already beat. They were the team that beat Get Off My
Jetpack Cats. Okay.
Who they beat earlier in the season. Actually, they were in the same pool during the first round, and I believe they beat them 3-1.
Yeah, so it's...
And that was with me on the roster, so... now,
so
they've finally gotten rid of the dead weight, and they got Jonathan.
Yeah, they've got so much little to go to get this...
Actually, that's something I wanted to bring up earlier. This roster, now that they've had time to get together, has just been devastating.
Yeah, Nova, though, automatically taking out Sheffic, the trap mine trick, I guess what we call it, is immediately taken out along with Immortal. And I don't know if the kind of dive tanks is what you want to go with here.
It's tough. You need to build space for that Torbjorn turret, especially against all of this spam. You got to have something for it to either hide behind or get an on it. And I just don't know. So they're going to bubble it and then try to get... No slam, though, from Immortal there.
Immortal, he's having a little bit of trouble.
He finally got it, though. He got the slam. It was a big slam. It was a 4-5.
A bunch of damage being rained in due to that amplification matrix. But really, Deadnot in that backline, along with Immortal, they're just making sure that window does absolutely nothing. And right now, Death not able to find Contest, but Contest are going to be able to find Euphryxia, but the spawns are going to be there for fighting Potatoes. And right now, there's just so much disruption due to Immortal that the stagnant comp is just not working right now. Yeah. His Death not actually is going to have that Dragon Blade.
All right, Immortality Field's down. Let's see this blade. Come on.
I don't think
he needs it. I don't think he needs it, and he's going to wait for the nano.
Yeah. You can win this on really your basic ults. I mean, Euphryxia.
I can't bring this though. The Valkyrie Mercenary is just avoiding everybody, and is still alive. Keep able to get back to DNA now.
How is Bring Up? As I say it, the caster curse Bring is finally taken out.
Way to go. That was 100% your fault and not mine for the caster.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Even though I was talking about him just 2 seconds prior.
Oh, of course. But a really good, strong first point take from fighting Potatoes.
Yeah. And a good amount of time bank left, too. 4.5 minutes. Definitely gives them enough time to push through. They can even finish with more time than Flashbacks. But Nova has this tire, and he's looking for another 5K.
Yeah, I'd love to see
do proper PDK prep.
Oh, no.
Shoots the hamster. Gets him out. He's got the tire going. Oh! That's not safe.
I have never seen something as brave as dashing through Junkrat Tire. But right there, they're going to turn a tire for life as Euphryxia goes down, but here comes the Dragon Blade. We're seeing 1, we're seeing 2. Can we get another? Oh, that's going to be enough.
The turret gets 2, though.
It's right there. Oh my gosh. Turret, MVP in that fight, definitely not dead, not anyway, but 5 minutes going into this final point.
Is massive. And they have a Torp turret set up on the cart. We're gonna see a May coming out of Nova now, though. And that could kill any push with the big freeze.
Interesting play by Euphryxia, though.
Yeah. But big changes came to May, actually, just last week. She now has less ammo for her M1, but her M2 now costs less, so she can actually do it more. So
F30's glad that May needed a nerf, but right there, May is almost close to death, and there we go. That turret once again able to find it. And right now, Fighting Potatoes are absolutely doing great. That
Kurt locked
Tor-
onto Beastman.
Yeah, that Torbo race, that turret, the Molten Core does its job. And right now, Race doing absolutely wonderful along with Death Knot in the in this DPS right now.
And Immortal actually doing great work. Actually, Immortal and you for both doing fantastic job booping people out of that immortality field. Jonathan setting up. They can't stay in one spot. And then this Torb turret just picks them off as they're getting booped in and out. But we should see a big gravitic flux here.
That's what we need, but their Race is able to take out Beastman, so there is going to be no Altars being gotten. But Dina able to take out 2 as Immortal is able to turn around.
The turret's still doing work!
Yeah, the Torbjorn is doing absolutely wonderful as only Nova's Ice Block is on point, as Beastman is just going to get so much health taken off due to those mines, and as Nova's the last one on point. Still alive somehow, and that's just going to be able to allow the Lucio to get on the point.
Slam.
The precious seconds Nova gained are absolutely wonderful, but here comes that ult from Death Knot, been absolutely huge today.
And we're gonna see a Torb Nut soon, so hopefully.
Oh boy, can't say that. Can't say that was true. Family
there
friendly.
It is. There's the Torb goo. There's the ult.
It's better, but that beat drop is gonna allow Flashbacks to take so much damage, and Nova's Blizzard has to be absolutely huge here. It's gonna be able to freeze.
It freezes
5.
everybody.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Nova just saved the point right there for now.
Nova was on about 2 health on their ice wall, not in their ice cube, on their ice wall, and Potatoes didn't kill them, which allowed the Lucio to get back and all the spawns to get back. So this is just simply on the Potatoes here. They did not finish the map right then and there.
Unfortunate events for the Taters. They could have finished this with about 3+ minutes, and now they're gonna have less time if they finish at all.
Yeah, but Euphryxia is gonna get frozen. So much damage in their direction.
So he survives. Jonathan's low.
Yeah, and Race on that fabled Reaper that was mysteriously absent from last map. I don't know why, but we're seeing. I don't know if that's not technically considered a C9.
That was Euphryxia booping people away, and then Immortal with mines. They touched because of the minefield.
But the times on each side are looking very, very good.
Super close.
Taters are looking good to take this map. They do have a little bit of a climb to make still.
Yeah, Taters, yes, they've lost this point, but like we said, map differential can be huge moving forward. It can be the difference between, at this point, second or fourth, and if they can get second place out of all of this, and have that map differential, or they could be all the way down in fourth place. It's just, it's big for them. They're fighting for a lot. But as are the Flashbacks, they want to get that 4-0. They want to secure it. They want to get that first round bye.
Very interesting bringing up. I'd like to see more of that Torbjorn Race, please. It was the reason.
Nova.
I mean, but the Race's Torbjorn was there.
Torbjorn was amazing.
It was there. It was so good.
That's what I've been asking for all night. I mentioned it on a notice that I wanted to see the Torbjorn.
But Race gonna be on the Junkrat. Definitely an equally memeable hero.
Yeah. To answer Ski Free's question in chat, yeah, the answer, where have they been all night? They've been hiding the Torb. As soon as they got that Torb.
I mean, that's really all it's about. But Race gonna take some damage as they're going to spawn, and a turret is just gonna be a little deadly as the shields just only shield for the Taters are gonna be that Winston shield, but Euphryxia already takes out. As right there, that Wrecking Ball is once again just main goal is to just disrupt so much of that backline.
I really like the Super Monkey Ball coming out of.
Oh, of course, it's working there.
Which is my name. I don't know if anybody else has played that game, but that.
Oh, Super Monkey Ball is an absolute blast.
Yeah.
But the tank line is somewhat working. That Wrecking Ball combo that they're not ready for. This tanks in their backline. Death Knot is working really well, and look at the amount of space that Fighting Potatoes are being given simply because of the tanks. Look how close they are to capping this point already.
Oh, no, that's unfortunate.
It seems though that they are not going to be able to win this fight, but they just brought it up so much that one fight is all they need, and actually Beastman, it seems, Arganine's ult. Nova gonna get the
Oh,
favorite
he's got the.
hammer kill. Thank you.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
I mean, I love to see it. Like,
I would have much rather see Raze come out on the Torbjorn because they're like you said, their tanks are buying so much space. You can have that Torb turret in the background just free firing onto people. Unfortunately, with this Junkrat, yes, he gets a ton of spam, but with everybody so separated, I don't think you get the same amount of value because you want them to be clustered so you get that AOE.
yeah, but that Immortality Field gonna do so much to protect against those mines. And that Bob, though, is just gonna be a so much better turret than Torbjorn's could ever be, sadly. It's gonna
Bob
be
gets
slept by
slept, though.
Sneaky.
And they're trying to get this Nano Blade up 6% away. But the
Oh,
Torb comes out in the rockets!
Oh no, Euphoria needs to do so much with so little, and Immortal though gonna be able to get back, but as that
I
tire,
don't think you can buy enough time.
it's possible.
Shepvik coming back though, he's on the Lucio.
Oh, Race's
Nova.
tire gonna do nothing.
But we get the Nano Blade out. Death Knot gets one.
I mean, that could be enough. You prevent the res here. I don't know, but they aren't.
No,
That's
the res
the
goes
big
through.
thing. They aren't. So it's immediately gonna make it a 6v6. You had to
the turret
prevent
goes
that
back down.
res.
And now Immortal can spin to win.
Oh, there's so many low on the side of Flashbacks. They gotta die. They're
Big
so
slam,
low.
The Mercy's one! The Mercy's one! Shoot the Mercy!
Please.
Big minefield though, big minefield.
Oh my god,
Shepvik doing his best to just stay on the cart while Death Knot tries to kill this
I think this is
Ursa,
it in
who's
the
not
end.
the target.
that's in the end is just the target focus was not there for the Mercy. The Mercy was just able. We saw Brignus got so low, but was still alive.
Yeah.
That was it in the end.
That was unfortunate, but very holdable. Both these teams had around the same time. If the Taters here can win the first fight, if they can win that first fight and just slow them down a little bit, and then get a last fight hold similar to where Flashbacks got theirs, they can very easily take this map.
They did have a very good first point hold, which we can see again. I'm just very interested to see how this plays out. Because it can really play out in one way. We can see a Temple of Anubis where we just saw an absolute crush, or we could see once again this first point hold where, with the amount of time that they have, they would definitely be able to hold it.
Yeah. And looks like they are going to come out on this Super Monkey Ball with the Genji again. I love it. They are going to have a little bit of a change up here with on the Ash. So taking a note out of Flashback's book, we'll have enough time to get the Bob off, so it kind of acts like a better Torbjorn turret, I guess, but not up all the time.
Bring it out, that Bastion though.
Oh, they're coming back out with the Bastion.
That is definitely not good.
No, Euphoria has to be careful. You can just get annihilated.
Right there.
We just saw. Call me a prophet, baby. I got this one.
I mean, to be honest, it's not that hard to see that. Oh, what a shot from
That was pretty, though. That was pretty.
Definitely, and this is really not.
Oh!
Oh, God, can we get a third one? No, we're not. But this is really not boding well. As Race is taken out, this is really not boding well for Fighting Potatoes
Immortal needs to
holding
get
this.
out of there. He needs to find a health pack or something fast.
Yeah, this pirate ship really did work out.
All right, he gets the mega. But
Oh no.
yeah, this is Anubis all over again. Oh my God, Winston just got removed.
Oh boy. This is
The
hard to
big
look
reflect
at.
though. Oh yeah, Nova just free firing. That's not trying his best. And of course they res the Bastion.
Yeah, there we go. Flashbacks. Gonna take it 4-0 over the Fighting Potatoes. Obviously, these teams both doing wonderful.
But here comes
job.
the Junkrat tire. We're finally gonna
Oh,
see
boy.
this fucking tire.
I'm very excited to see this. Oh,
Oh, that was sneaky. And immediately, like you called it, as soon as that immortality ends, it just comes out.
great synergy, and Flashbacks looking to take an extreme advantage in their playoff run. They've got a little bit more to go to get absolutely top tier as Jetpack Cats. They got a little bit more to go. but this
But
was
they
definitely
also-
a fun match to go.
And I think if they win their next match, that would secure the top of Pool B, which I believe gets them third place in the playoff tournament. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that is what I saw.
Yeah, well,
And that could be huge for them. That'd be a huge seeding.
that is definitely one to look out for. But
Um,
that is gonna be it from us. I
Yes.
mean, if you're just tuning in once again, Flashbacks do take the win over the Fighting Potatoes 4-0. We saw great plays from all sides. And
Oh, such a great game.
yeah,
Much closer. Go back and watch if you're just joining in or joined in late. Go back and watch. It is much
Map.
closer than
This
that
map was-
storyline dictated. This map was insane. Anubis was incredible. Numbani had some fantastic. Oh,
going in the future, we have Alta 4 versus Southlaws on Thursday.
Ooh.
Southlaws are going to come back. I have no bias in the Southlaws at all, trust me. And Venomous versus Lynx Esport. Lynx Esport being a little bit of a newcomer in the league. They filled a spot by Wrap It Up, and they air Friday. So that is the rest of this week.
It's
I hope
normal
to see
time, so
there.
please join in.
Oh, of course. And so I'm Lightrose. You can find me at Lightrose17 on Twitter and Lightrose on Twitch.
And I have been your analyst, Vol Nilo. You can .com/Vol Nilo, Twitch TV. Vol Nilo, same spelling. And like I said earlier, huge shout out to Juke tonight, our producer. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
You, man.
But one last thing to Potatoes. You were good, son. Real good. Maybe even the best. And we will see you
Love
all
you.
in the next one.
Night and night.